Today we will discuss 9 items that should be immediately removed from your room as they attract poverty and destruction. Have you ever noticed that despite your efforts, views, and meditation, scarcity still follows you? Perhaps the problem lies in your own room. Some items may unknowingly hinder abundance. They rebel against common minds that block prosperity and might be hidden in your room. By eliminating them, you will change the energy of the environment and open up space for new opportunities, income sources, and unprecedented wealth. Ready to let go and walk towards prosperity. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're here. I struggled to keep my room organized and peaceful, reflecting in my financial situation. But I discovered that certain items in our room can hold stagnant energy and hinder prosperity. In this video, I'll highlight 9 specific items that should be removed from your room as soon as possible. Ready to pave the way for abundance? Do you have difficulty keeping your room organized? It's crucial to understand that these changes won't turn a poor person into a millionaire, but they will significantly increase the wealth of a rich person. The most impactful economic transformations come from a complete change of identity, learning, and skills. What we'll discuss here will change the direction of where you are now, whether you're rich, poor, or in between. By removing these static items from your room, you'll enhance your current financial situation. It's all about changing your energy and mindset. Now let's move on to the 9 items you should remove to achieve financial abundance. Firstly, seemingly normal and insignificant items, but they are lonely socks and worn-out underwear. Dispose of anything that is torn, ripped, or without a pair. We start here because it's a simple action that can cause a significant energy shift. Our socks and underwear are in contact with our skin all day, so they absorb our energy. When they are worn out or old, they transmit signals of scarcity and limitation. Think about it. Do lonely socks represent something incomplete or the lack of a complete pair? Underwear with holes or torn? It indicates that you are not fully protected. Energetically, this sends a message that you don't deserve resources, completeness, support, and abundance. When you're ready to attract prosperity, the first step is to eliminate these worn-out items from your intimate space. Make room for new high-quality underwear that fully protects you. This communicates to your subconscious that you are ready to overflow in abundance, honoring your value and aligning energetically with the consciousness of prosperity. A simple yet powerful change. The next item is old clothes you no longer use. Go through your wardrobe and drawers and discard anything that hasn't been worn in the last year. Donate usable items so others can benefit. Clothes accumulate easily, especially with changing trends or variations in our body over time. But keeping clothes we never wear impacts energetically. Having overflowing closets or full drawers sends a message of scarcity, as if there's not enough space for your belongings. Energy remains stagnant and trapped. When you free yourself from old clothes for no apparent reason, you create space for newness in your life. Energetically, you signal that you're ready for growth, changes, and new opportunities. Just as your drawers have space for new clothes, your life has space for new abundance. So, clean out your unused clothes. If items are still in good condition, bless them and send them to those in need. See your wardrobe and drawers as a channel of abundance. When they are clean and open, prosperity can flow into your life without obstacles. It's a wonderful feeling. Finally, we have dusty books that you won't read anymore. Books carry a lot of energy. If you have any that you won't read anymore, give them to someone who will truly use them. Books contain the energy of ideas and information. When they remain inactive and forgotten on a shelf, that energy can stagnate. Think of books as flowing currents of consciousness. If the current stops, the water becomes congested and obsolete. When we keep books we won't read anymore, we create blocks in the flow of new ideas and knowledge in our lives. Donating or giving away old books keeps the energy moving. Clean up your space, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. This opens up space for new opportunities and prosperity. Another point is expired or unused beauty products. Review your skincare products, makeup, hair products, etc., and recycle anything that has expired or you no longer use. These products, especially if expired, can be a source of toxic and stagnant energy. Just like with clothes and books, keeping them can create an energetic block in your space. It's particularly important to get rid of expired products because, aside from taking up physical space, they represent an energetic burden. Cosmetics have an expiration date for a reason. They degrade over time and can even become harmful. By keeping expired products, you're holding on to outdated and potentially harmful energy in your space. If it's not expired but you know you won't use it, let it go. Give it to a friend, donate it to an organization that distributes to those in need. This not only cleanses your space but also transmits positive energy. It's a practice I've maintained, and it has truly made a big difference. When you take care of your space and keep only what is useful and current, you align with the energy of prosperity. Now let's talk about broken or unused electronic devices. Recycle phones, tablets, laptops, or any technology that no longer works or you don't use. Broken or obsolete devices are literally useless objects. They take up space, accumulate dust, and are a constant source of negative energy. Think about it every time you see that old broken phone in a drawer. Does it remind you of something that no longer works? This can unconsciously reinforce the idea that something in your life is irreparable or obsolete. Moreover, obsolete technology represents stagnation. It's an old version that has been surpassed by something more advanced. Keeping this energy in your space can prevent you from moving towards new opportunities and growth. I recently got rid of an old laptop, and it felt like a weight had been lifted. If you have devices that are no longer in use, consider recycling them responsibly. Many stores and communities offer electronics recycling programs. Getting rid of these items not only cleans your space but is also an act of environmental responsibility. When you remove this stagnant energy, you open the way to new innovations and opportunities in your life. Let's continue with old and useless documentation. Organize your documents and recycle any paper that is no longer needed. Documents can accumulate quickly, especially if you tend to keep everything. But old documentation can be a significant source of stagnant energy. Old documents, especially those related to stressful or negative moments, like medical bills, divorce papers, or debts, retain that negative energy. Even things like old magazines or catalogs can contribute to this stagnation. I had a stack of old documents that I didn't even know why I was keeping. When I finally went through it all, I felt an immense sense of relief and clarity. Do the same. Go through your documents and ask yourself, is it necessary? Does it serve me in any way? If the answer is no, get rid of it. Digitize important documents so you have them in a safe and accessible format. But get rid of anything that no longer serves a purpose. By doing this, you're not just cleaning your physical space, but also freeing up mental and emotional energy. This opens up space for new opportunities and prosperity. Another important element is gifts you don't like. If someone has given you something you don't use or don't like, find a way to pass it on. It may seem difficult, especially if the item comes from someone you love, but keeping gifts you don't like or use is another form of stagnant energy. It can also create resentment or guilt, which is very negative. Think about it every time you see that vase your aunt gave you, but it doesn't match anything in your home. Does it remind you that you don't like it? This generates a small amount of negative energy. Now imagine this multiplied for every item in your space that you don't love. It's a lot of negative energy. I had a sweater that an ex-girlfriend gave me, and even though it was nice, every time I saw it, it reminded me of a difficult time. When I finally gave it away, I felt like I was letting go of that part of my past. If you have gifts you don't like, consider giving them to someone who will appreciate them or donate them to a charity. Release that energy and see how you feel. Finally, let's talk about negative memories. If you keep objects that bring painful memories, it's time to let them go. This can be anything from photos of an ex-relationship to items that remind you of a difficult period. These objects retain the energy of pain, sadness, or regret. By keeping them in your space, you are unconsciously living in the past and blocking new opportunities for happiness and prosperity. I had an album of photos from an old relationship that ended badly. It was hidden, but I knew it was there. When I finally got rid of it, it was like closing that chapter of my life. If you have objects that bring negative memories, ask yourself if you really need them. It's difficult, but getting rid of these objects can be a powerful step towards healing and creating space for new positive experiences. Finally, let's talk about expired food. Get rid of any expired food that has accumulated in your pantry or refrigerator. This may seem obvious, but it would be surprising how many people keep food well beyond its expiration date. Expired food is not only unhealthy but also represents very low and stagnant energy. Think about it, it's literally decomposing. I had an old box of cookies at the bottom of the pantry that expired months ago. It wasn't taking up space, but there was also this idea of decay and waste. When I threw it away, I felt lighter. Do the same. Look through your pantry and refrigerator. Get rid of anything that has expired, is not healthy, or you know you won't eat. This act not only cleans your space and promotes better health, but also removes stagnant and negative energy. The key here is to be aware of the energy that objects bring into your space. Anything old, broken, and used or carrying negative emotions is taking up precious energy. Getting rid of these things not only cleans your physical space but also frees up mental and emotional energy. When your space is clean and the energy flow is positive, you are more open to new opportunities, experiences, and abundance. And don't underestimate the power of gratitude in this process. When you let go of something, be grateful for the role it played in your life and then let it go with love. This act of gratitude transforms the energy of the process and invites more positivity into your life. In the end, energetic cleansing is not just about your physical space but also your emotional and mental well-being. It's an act of self-care. When you take the time to assess and clean your space, you are taking care of yourself. And when you feel good, you are in a better position to attract positivity and abundance into your life. So take some time, evaluate what serves and what doesn't, and start the cleansing process. You might be surprised at how powerful and liberating it can be.